Emotional healing. So many times things happen in life and we take on this emotional trauma. We take on this stuff that happens in our life, and most of the time we just numb it with, substances or distractions. Uh, and this creates a problem because at some point we are unable to experience happiness from the little things anymore. We are unable to experience reality for what it is because our mind is blinded with the emotional baggage we are carrying. And for some people, it even becomes destructive because they will start projecting their trauma onto other people. And everyone does this to a certain extent. So, for example, if you have been um, just to give you an extreme example, and I am not this does not experience in my life, but I've seen it with others. For example, if you are very young and you've been sexually assaulted when you were younger, it has such a big effect on you when you're a child, and you will see within um, grown up when they grow up, uh, they are more easily prone of also doing it to others, or being attracted to the same sex or whatever. They get like influence on the subconscious level, where it has an effect on their future actions and thinking. And only when you remove that trauma, you are capable of getting back to your natural state. For example, if you have been living in poverty, for example, your whole life, people who do not work on their subconscious will project that poverty onto everything, and they will call everything expensive, what you see in the Netherlands. And some people, they put it into a drive and they become more successful. Um, Me, for example, I had a lot of experience with women not being trustworthy. So I just accepted the fact that I should not trust women and just have fun and just enjoy myself. And, that protects me to a certain extent to enjoy a lot of different moments with a lot of different girls, and yeah, just enjoy myself without being too connected in a way where I lose myself and my routines and my actions. And you know, until now, that works for me. And I enjoy my life. And maybe that will change at some point if I want to build, a stable foundation. But for now, it works well for me. And yeah, these are all traumas to a certain extent. And only when you are releasing certain traumas, you are capable of opening up a new reality. But traumas are here in place to protect you, to protect your thinking, protect your actions, and they are not always bad, okay? They are only bad when you are protecting yourself from things that do not bring you any. Uh, Once the protection does not bring you any benefit anymore, you should remove it. So I've met people, for example, who have been, ripped off, fucked over many times because they've been living in a destructive environment. And in the back of their mind, they will be nice in your face, but in the back of their mind, they will try to rip off and fuck over other people because in the back of their mind, they believe they have a belief system that all the other people are like this. But they are just projecting that onto other people. Okay. So this is only because they have adapted the destructive mindset perspective, um, because they haven't been able to um, accept reality for what it is and to process these emotions. Everyone at the core, everyone at the core is nice. Okay, everyone at the core is good, is positive, is helpful, wants to help others. You can see that in children, but once they reach a certain age, once they acquire a certain amount of trauma into certain areas of their life, um, they will start to show certain traits that are destructive, and they will start to project and influence people around them with those traits. And most of the time, they absorb this from the school system, certain, addictions, certain habits, certain thinking. Uh, Most of this comes from the school system. I believe the school system is very destructive because most of the limited beliefs that work negative in your life come from the school system because you are forced to mix with children who were raised also by the school system, who's being controlled, by people who don't care about you, and also, parents who have been programmed your whole life and that have never been capable of breaking out of the money system, never been capable of breaking out the influence of the fake news that they see on the television every day. So you are born in a fake social structure that's forced upon you with a lot of limited beliefs, and then acquiring a lot of trauma, and all the substances that are legal are not capable of helping you process that emotional trauma and remove it. No, all the substances that are legal are just numbing it. Okay, so uh, you are in a system that's being programmed, that's being influenced. You're not in control of your habits, your routines. You're not capable and allowed to be in your imagination, create your unique vision, tap into your soul mission, and then you are acquiring a lot of emotional trauma. Um, while projecting this onto others and yourself, and you don't understand why your life is a mess. Okay, and then you will start to use things that will numb that feeling, but it's like an endless loop downwards because it's not solving any problem. Then you are brainwashed into thinking that all the substances are bad, because they use one word for it, and a drug, and there's many different drugs. So one that comes from the doctor, ones that use for partying, and then we have the spiritual stuff. And then people never try the spiritual stuff because they're scared of the party stuff, because a lot of people get addicted to it. And then old people will take the stuff from the pharmacy because they think it's healing them, but then it has side effects. So the ability to make the right decision is worked against you. And that's because there are some stuff that helps, but then there's other stuff created, and then you are distracted about the situation, so you will never use the right stuff. That's also my perspective on crypto and Bitcoin. For example, Bitcoin was created, the right one, and then all the other crypto coins was created to make you distracted and not buy the right thing. So, and the same is my perspective on psychedelics. Psychedelics were created by nature, but then all the other stuff was created so you never try the psychedelics. Okay, so that's the current situation. While building all this trauma, you are blinded for reality. Okay, and remove we have to remove um, the programming so we are capable of seeing life clearly. And once you see life clearly and you're capable of focusing on the right things, you are capable, one, of being positive all the time because your emotional state is not being dragged down all the time. You're capable of operating on a higher level of dopamine without needing external stuff. Um, that's one. Secondly, we are capable of creating a vision to our goal and capable of believing in ourselves to achieve that goal. So then we don't need external validation to move closer to our goals. Um, and only when we are capable of removing this trauma, removing this energy, we can tap into a positive timeline closer to our soul mission. But if you are always pushed down by your emotional trauma and you're never capable of accepting it, you're never capable of looking positive at yourself and at your past, you will always project your past and your negative emotions forward. Okay, um, just to give you an example, if I'm with my parents, for example, it became very obvious for me what their emotional trauma is, because there will happen something and then they project that emotion onto me about the situation in the now. But many times they do not realize that it's, that emotion that they send towards me is not the problem in the external, but it's the problem in the internal, and then they project it on the external. Okay, and that's what a lot of people are doing. Especially also in traffic, for example, people get angry at each other, not because the way they are driving, but because of the emotional state they are in, and the external thing allows them to just project that emotion onto others. Okay, so yeah, if you like this information, if you need any help, just click on the link below. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.